until you get through. You can run everywhere you go. I wherever you go. Until you get through. I'll be waiting. You can run everywhere you go. Alright, do you have your audio turned on?
Let me check. Yeah, it's turned on. Yeah, it's turned on.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me see if it's working.
How you gonna record it? Though you gotta be like in a game or something. Something like
I
that.
am in a game. Hold on. Sound.
You know what? You know how? You know what else? How you could do it too? Like you
Oh,
could like let's say if you like on the phone. You know how on the phone on the iPhones they have that record thing, the voice recorder.
yeah.
Okay, now on that, let's say when after you record somebody or something, right?
Mm.
Um, you could upload the whole recording to like an email.
Well, I'm gonna just like clip it, and then like
Uh-huh.
look at the clips in my phone, and then just screen record it.
Huh? Uh,
Yeah, yeah, like I can screen record like clips and stuff,
all right.
and it comes out with the audio.
In that case, you could just Facebook Facebook Facebook. I mean Instagram. Call me cool, and then screen record the whole conversation. No,
Nah,
wouldn't that be
I'll just do it like this. That's alright. Oh, this is Eddie's doing it, so.
all right? He's gonna do it today. All right. Give me
Hold
the
on.
choice. Nah.
I need to get like an angle.
How was? You're gonna record yourself.
I'm gonna screen record it.
Huh?
Like, look, I'm gonna screen record it and show you like the angle that I'm gonna like put for like the video.
Oh.
Oh, this is sick right here. Should I get a better angle? See this?
You're dumb. You're dumb.
Hold on, let me like,
Oh my
let me get
god.
like the Empire. I mean the
Oh man.
Empire State Building real quick. It's because I'm in New York right now. This is New York.
Oh shit, I didn't even do
Oh,
that.
this one looks pretty sick right here. Oh, wait, I need to turn off the audio real quick. Audio. Alright. This should look good right here. Dang. Photographer. What, are you here still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright. I'm gonna just do one more thing.
Are you gonna do like kind of the same questions Eddie did or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why do you guys have to do this? Like for your class. Curious.
I don't know. It's just like, it's like 40% of our like actual grade. So it's like a big
For
thing.
reals? You lying?
Nah.
Oh damn.
All right, look. All right. The questions I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna put. Okay, I'm gonna put. How was your life growing up? How did you manage to get along with everyone? What were the most difficult obstacles to overcome? Was anyone
Mhm.
supportive of your choices? What were your favorite hobbies? Who was your number one
Okay.
role model? What was
All
your
right.
number one mistake you regret? And then how young how young were you when you first moved out? Or actually no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
what are your
I
beliefs?
I was like
I'm put
16, fool.
I'm put what are your
You know that?
beliefs? And put what was the most inspiring thing to you? And then if you could change one thing in the past, what would it be? All right.
All right.
Are we ready? All right. All right.
Hit me
All
with it.
right. All right. Hold on. How should I like start this up real quick? How should I open this?
I don't know how you show whenever you just think of something.
All right.
I mean, wouldn't wouldn't your they want to know who you're interviewing to begin with?
All right. Here. Okay. I'm gonna introduce my name, and then you're gonna introduce your name. All right.
All
All
right.
right. All right. My name is Giovanni Colon. Uh, and the person I'm interviewing is. You can say your name.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were I thought you were still talking.
No, no, no.
My
I'm
name is
okay. Ready?
Jonathan.
No, no,
All
no.
right, go
Restart,
go
restart,
go
restart.
go. I'm sorry. All right,
All right. My name is Giovanni Colon, and today I'll be interviewing.
Jonathan Valladares.
All right. Now,
Age
the
of 28.
all right. Now the first question is, how was life growing up when you were young?
Um, when I was life for me was kind of tough growing up. I grew up in the San Fernando Valley in the 818, formerly known as it was tough there. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure it is everywhere else where you grow up. I mean, where else where you go, but when I was a kid going to school, there were so many neighborhoods where I had to go walking past, and it was kind of tough because I've when I was a kid, I was like a kid that tried to fit in with people, or at least I wanted people's approval. So trying to get people's approval, trying to make it to school, trying to make it there, it's like it was like walking for my survival half the time. So and then it was tough being home, so for me, I had a hard time getting by sometimes. I re- and so I resorted into hanging out with friends. Um, you know, y- it's kind of hard to say that I chose the wrong path at one point, but if you ask me, I mean, I was just looking out for my back in a way,
All
'cause
right. And
it
all
was
right.
tough.
Now for the second question is, how did you manage to get along with everyone around you?
I I never really did. I I was a problem child in a way. Maybe because of the fact that I was always alone. When I was a kid, I didn't have no siblings, and it wasn't easy. It really wasn't. I have a high temper with people, and when I was a kid, I had to learn the hard way how to understand things, how to share things, how to be okay with people being around me. So I had a hard time. I was a hard-headed guy. I will always get into fights.
All right. What were the most difficult obstacles to overcome?
Oof, most difficult obstacles to overcome. Uh, I would say, moving on from the past, meaning like letting go of all my hatred and and all my madness from being alone, from my mom not really like noticing me half the time. I grew up. I remember when I was a kid, I had a hard time, you know, understanding why I was always from house to house. And one of the biggest things that I overcame in life was learning how to accept things for what they are and and not hold grudges. Once I did that, my life changed. Things got way much better. I mean, I'm not stuck in the past no more, I kept on moving forward, and that's what it should be always. Just keep your head straight. Just, 'cause it never gets easier in life. You gotta understand that. And you just gotta tell yourself, even if it's bad, like, just gotta tell yourself you gotta go pull through, because if you don't pull through, then what's gonna happen when you give up? You get me? And I'm gonna just tell you, it ain't worth giving up, bro. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, no matter how bad the situation is or how fucked up things are. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. Um, it's 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 tough for a lot of people, and a lot of people give up sometimes. When I was a kid, I mean, I grew up around so many people that when they were finally adults, they gave up, and it was sad. That's one thing like about life. Is can you be able to manage through the punches as they come? And I learned to accept it and not give in to my weaknesses, even if I'm not a good person or I didn't do that much good in my life, I still try to be there, and I still try to, at least I want to live life in a way. All right.
All right, and was anyone supportive of your choices, like in your family or like people who were around you?
At the time when I was growing up, I felt like there wasn't that much, and I mean, I'm pretty sure there was, there was people, but I mean, at the end of the day, I ended up being on my own still for some reason, and being on my own made me feel like there wasn't at times, and people could always talk, right? People will always tell you they are, um, but I mean, I did have a lot of friends that were really there for me too. They are not here now, but they really were there for me. Family try to be there, but they just weren't fully integrated. Um, but nah, I I had to pull through on my own on that one.
All right, and what were your favorite hobbies growing up?
My favorite hobbies growing up, when I was a kid, I used to like playing. I used to just like playing outside. I always loved it, running around, getting into trouble, playing. Man, I used to go to the park every other day. Where I used to live, I used to live across the street from a park, right? Um, I every other day, especially when it was summer, I used to go to the pool and during the summertime, a lot. I loved it there. When I was a kid, like around 6 or 7 years old, there was this program at the park, the Sun Valley Creational Park in North Hollywood, in Sun Valley. Right there, like around one at 1 p.m., they used to give free lunches, like sandwiches, a juice, and it was a program like pretty much like how you will go to like LA's Best or whatever after school programs they got going on in your schools, but like it was for the park. So they used to teach you instrumentals, they used to teach you they even had martial art classes there. It was fun. I used to go all the time when, 'cause I mean, I didn't want to be home half the time. And around that era of my life, I lived with my grandma, and my grandma was okay with me being at the park by myself. For some reason she never really told me no, don't go by yourself. I would just go either way. But and then so I got and then after that I got into like football. Football was fun. One of my favorite hobbies was football. I've always loved cars and video games. Love video games. Um, those are my favorite hobbies that I like to do.
All right, and who was your number one role model growing up?
My number one role model growing up, it would be my stepdad. Um, the reason why I didn't have a dad or nothing growing up. I didn't and living with my grandma, there was no males around. You know, uh, the the only males in my family weren't there at all. Like meaning like my mom's brother was never there. Um, and then I was always being taken care of like by my aunts or stuff like that. So there was no way, no, there was never really a guy like an older guy that like in my family that I could say he helped me. So when my mom had gotten married with um with my stepdad, he came into the picture when I was like 6 years old. He he was like the best, you know. Even though I wasn't his son, he treated me like if I was, and he would take me everywhere. Like I remember this one time, embarrassing moment of my life. You know, uh, I was in school, second grade, right? And it was already no, almost near the end, kind of, and I needed to use the restroom. And and that teacher that had for that class, whatever, when I was in second grade, they didn't really let me use the restroom. Like they said no to me. Like they thought I was lying. That I really needed to use it, and I couldn't hold it in, and I peed my pants. You know, and when I peed my pants, uh, on my emergency card they had put his number. I didn't know they had his number in my emergency card. But it was so embarrassing because I was crying. I was embarrassed. I didn't even want to go to school no more because of that. And then it was so messed up that the teacher did that to me that, because I asked to use the restroom and the teacher didn't let me, bro. Like, that was messed up. And to be honest, they never did nothing about it, with that teacher. But I remember that I went to the office, and then they called in somebody to pick me up, and I was like, oh my God, and they're gonna call my grandma, and she's gonna smack me up. you know I was all hurt, like panicking, and then I see him roll up, and I was like, oh man, and I was even more embarrassed. And he
All
came
right,
and he was like, what happened, Johnny?
all right. The next question:
uh
What was your biggest mistake you regret, like in the past?
in the past, my biggest regret was dropping out of high school. I should have given it more effort. I think so. I mean, I was, I wasn't the most brilliant kid out there, but I was, I was into my history. I was into my math. I liked science. I just, I think I would have gone farther if I really would have tried it more back then. I mean, there's no saying that I could still do it nowadays, but I mean, once you're grown already, and let's say you leave high school and you're out of that whole you're going to school thing, it's harder to put yourself in school like on your own. You know what I mean? Like mentally wise, like can you really tell yourself like, all right, I need to do this, I'm gonna do it. Because if nobody's pushing you to do it, you're not gonna really do it. So that's my biggest regret.
All right, and what are your beliefs? Like,
My
what do you?
beliefs, like religion.
Yeah.
Religion or like life wise?
Well, anything. Just anything.
Well,
Like, what do you believe in?
I believe in God, obviously. I'm Catholic. Um, I wasn't, and I wasn't in the beginning because I never was I was never really told to go to church or anything like that. So until I was like 16, I met this girl and her family took me to church every other Sunday. That's like a normal thing, for them. I didn't know I never been to mass or anything. And going there and just seeing how it is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being okay with knowing or believing that there's a God and believing in the Bible or how to believe in the Bible. I mean, sometimes when you read the scriptures and Bibles, it's like reading stories from the past. And it's crazy to hear all this wisdom sometimes. So I chose to believe in my Catholic, you know. That's the way I believe in stuff.
All right, and what was the most inspiring thing that happened to you, or like that like someone said to you, like to this day, is it still inspiring to you?
One of my most inspiring moments was probably when I was in when I had dropped out of high school. I had enrolled myself into continuation school because I couldn't do it in high school now, but I never gave up in a way either. I was working around like 16, 17 years old. I was working, going to school. I was I was trying to live life. You would think like around that time is when I left from my house. You would think I was in the lows, right? I Instead I wasn't. Like I was still trying to be the happiest person I could be. I would still go to school and then I had bought myself a car on my own. So the most inspiring thing that I've ever heard in my life was from this one guy that used to go to school with me in continuation school. He told me this that like that I legit I gave this full motivation. I gave this full hope. I gave him I gave him hope through me going to school, me having a car, me working. I showed him that if I could do it, he could do it. And he told me if it wasn't for me at that time, like being there, just being myself, he would have just been stuck on drugs. Um, now he went to college, graduated college. But to hear somebody like that say I inspired them in life just made me feel good inside. It made me feel weird a little bit, like wow, I never heard somebody even think of me like that. Like a role model to them, like or an inspiring person to them, like. And I was just being me, like I was just living my life. I wasn't trying to like, oh, tell everybody, look, here I'm doing this. No, I was just doing my thing. I was just literally living life at the moment, and just me being me made somebody else do better.
All right, and for the last question, if you could change anything in the past, what would it be?
If I could change anything in the past, what could it be? Um, I would say nothing. You know, what's life living if you're gonna change it later in the past, in the future? There's no point to it, because you know what? You wouldn't. It's like you falling down and not getting back up. So you're gonna erase the falling down. You need to fall down sometimes in order for you to understand why you need to get back up. It's a crucial thing, but w- one of the things in life you need like that everybody needs to go through is always fall down. Because if they don't fall down, and then the day when they do, and they're already older, and then they don't know what to do, and they're going crazy about it, they're going through a life depressing era of their moments. So, because they're already grown. Sometimes you need to fall down. It's okay to fall down sometimes. So my regret, well, I don't have no regrets. I'm okay with whatever mistakes I made, whatever bad choices I did. Because, I mean, if you don't learn from it, then you need to, in a way. So that's my question. That's my answer to you.
All right, and we're done. That's it.
So. I want to hear it though, low key.
Alright, let me clip it.
I'm pretty sure it sounds kind of weird. Like I don't know, cause it's kind of hard to explain this stuff.
Oh,
If you're
snap.
ever really curious, Joe, I could tell you the
Hold
full
on.
integrated like story. How I mean,
Oh, snap.
I had to switch controls.
Hey, wait, what the heck? Oh, wait, no.